Good evening. My name is DeCarlo Sweeting. With my co-host for the night is
George C. Missick.
George. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Oh, all is well. I guess it's getting cooler. Supposed to be. I still. so, uh, yeah, I can't complain about that. Christmas is coming. Thanksgiving is coming. A lot of excitement. Election, by-election coming. Everything's coming right now, boy.
Oh man, this is crazy, man. I can't. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We got to get straight into it. Sitting there slopping up. We
Yo,
got a lot of things going on, and oh boy, let's find out what's going on in the news. Okay, to start off, I hate to start off with bad news, but anyway, fish fry. They had a big, massive fire in Fish Fry, Awaki, for those who want to know exactly what we're talking about in Nassau. Um, One of my favorite places to go and have a meal. I mean, I just was in Nassau a few weeks ago. Me and Tasma went there, her and her mother and her sister. We had lunch there, and now it's gone. Goldie's is gone
hmm,
along with three other restaurants. There was some type of, I guess, fire that started at one of the restaurants and it spread it, and these restaurants are no more. At the site of the fire, we had the Prime Minister, we had Chester Cooper, Deputy Prime Minister, we had candidate for Fort Charlotte, Sabas, Bastian, and the F&M candidate also was there. It's funny how, well, no matter what it is, why everything we do is so political? Why everything we do is just this a political, this politics time. Let's see what we could do. So this was the interesting part of this whole situation. The prime minister and everybody else was there, and they were saying how okay, don't worry about it. That's what they're telling the tenants them who lost their restaurant. We can fix this. We can get you all straight. Also, they had a meeting Monday. The fire was Sunday. They had a meeting Monday, and one of the representatives of the restaurateurs, they said the meeting went well. The government's going to do whatever they need to do to get us back up and running. But none of them had insurance.
hmm.
Now, this wasn't my choice. Apparently, the insurance company said they're not going to insure anyone at Awaki for two reasons. One, they too close together. The buildings them almost touching.
Hmm.
Two, all of the buildings made out of wood. And as you can see with this fire, I see why they ain't want to do it. Because, boy, when one catch, it just, and if that fire truck ain't get there in time, oh man, you in problems, and you in big problems. As those
Get
companies.
there in time, you're in trouble because our fire trucks apparently don't have water most times.
Well, the good part about being at Awaki, you right next to the water, so yeah, water ain't the issue. But this is concerning to me. How is it that these companies are being run, businesses are being run without insurance, and now the government is taking responsibility for these accidents? I find this concerning, very concerning, because you can't be having these five them every other so and so. We can't pay for all these things.
Nope.
It got to be a cutoff time. It got to be something that, hey, I'm sorry, but this is how it is. This is how it can be. We can't help you. But it seems as if they're going to take the blow. and they're gonna help them. Now, the good part about it now is they got Sabas with them now, so I know if Sabas doing this or if they doing this, but it getting done. So I don't know to what extent, but these people say that hey, they are quite pleased with what the government did or are planning to do. What say ye about this, George?
Well, it's the right time for it to go up in flames. It's election season, so I think this is the right time. Well, never. Sorry, that sounds insensitive because people lost. But timing wise, like you said, I wonder if they would have had the same commitment, rush to help, and level of, if it wasn't campaigning time, if it wasn't all of this election going on in the background. So for that, I say their timing is probably great, but like I said, it is concerning, and it's not the first time we've had these fires out the fish fry, and these seems like recurrent problems. And perhaps one of the reasons why you say the insurance company doesn't want to insure them because they've seen this before and they
Yep.
know the risks. Everyone's cooking during, and there's also, I think, public safety, public danger, but it the government probably should take responsibility because it sounds like someone is falling and failing in inspecting and properly regulating inspecting these places to make sure that they are fit and they are safe. Because if you're going to keep having these fires, like you said, if the insurance concern should be the government's concern, should have been someone else's concern in terms of is this really safe? And like I said, it's not the first time, so we all know the answer to that. So why is it continuing to happen? um, I've never had touch wood and thank God a fire, but I've seen how our persons close to me lose their homes and fire is a very tragic, it's a very traumatic thing. People lose a lot of personal things, a lot of sentimental value, things to see your hard work go up in flames. And I think that's one of the worst things that could probably happen to someone, short of losing, a loved one or you losing life, is losing one's possession, hard work, business premises. You're going to be out of work for a while, perhaps, if that's the only income. So we need to stop band-aiding these things. Like you said, it politically it looks good to say, yeah, we're gonna help you, but don't go throw up the same foolishness tomorrow. Say, here you go, you have a new one, and then a year or two, three, whatever, we revisiting this same situation. This is a good time to stop, review, and try to get these things up to some sort of code, and so that we can avoid these things in the future.
But how you can do that? You already now only three burn now now. You got but 10 other restaurants there. So
Yep,
you going go put these set up now, go build these set up with block, give them metal roof, give them hurricane proof glass, give them
yep,
all kind of things. So I can I got one restaurant there, it ain't burned down, but I need block and I need metal roof and I need hurricane proof windows too. So you when
yep.
you start with one, you
Yeah,
got to
well,
build it off.
everything needs to change, and whether it's with government assistance or you gonna need give people enough time or some time to say, listen, you need to get we changing these regulations. It's serious business, and like I said, fortunately, I didn't hear anyone lose life, but a life, but you could have had loss of life easily in this type of scenario. So these are things. Again, you're gonna be in business. Some things come, there's some business investment dollars that come along with that. And if, again, people will kick up and scream and cry because nobody like to spend. That's our problem. We don't like to invest money back into the business and so forth. But if you give certain incentives, materials, labor, things like that, people, BMS love their fish fry as well. So I think, done right, it could be a project, people, I mean, um, I think there's creative ways, there's cheaper, more inexpensive ways to help people get it together and right. But I think this is a learning lesson. We can't continue to do these little shacks and that's especially something so significant and a landmark like the fish fry, to see those fire. That's not good either. You know, those things go around the world now. Everything goes viral very quickly. And you know how tourists go. Uh, they not even looking for fish fry when they come. Oh, the fish fry burned down. You know, you know, like you said, it may have only been three, but hey, we see a fire on the island. As far as they're concerned, it's gone. So we need to look at the long term effect of it. Look at the risk to life, and again, get that now is a good time to get some of these things fixed. We always have this straw market. Where's fish fry straw? All these things need to be checked on and need to be properly regulated. Safety requirements, like any other job, your safety record. People, someone should take that very personal every time something like this happens, and we need to fix it instead of keep coming here and hearing these sad stories.
I wish you luck with that one because I don't know. That fish fry has grown so much.
Hmm.
And to start that and to put regulations there, when you put regulations, you can stop whoever there now to start over. I ain't got no money to start over. I barely making it now. I can't do that. That ain't gonna happen. And basically, it's all like you saying knock down the whole thing and
I
start
didn't say knock down the whole thing. They could take it in stages. And you say, this is the next foolishness. You said, first you said they're doing good. It's a big, right? So fish fry be crowded. So don't let babies like to cry, pour them out there. But the business, they ain't going out of business. Most businesses that do bad, they close by themselves. And people line up to get those stalls out there. So it's a popular thing. One point of time is out the little favorites that's book out, but there's so much people, there's so much demand. I think everyone is benefiting from it, and you know, this is going to be the new requirements. Like I said, you just need to give a reasonable period of time. You want to get some people from other government departments and works to come help. We can provide some labor material when it's slow, but we need to get these things up to code slowly. Because you don't want the next fire. You don't want be by January something else burning, and today is them three. The more actually, could easily catch the whole stretch, right?
yeah.
So we need to stop making these excuses, listening to these people with these excuses, old things. Listen, if it's so bad, close it. Let's not see if someone else want it. We might be doing you a favor if it's this is a good time to. You can't come up with it. Give them a little loan or whatever from the bank to fix it up. But we need to be serious about this. Is a part of uh, one is human capital and all these other reasons I give, but it's also a big part of our tourism industry and everything. And we can't be having these frequent fires because the world sees negligence as well. Why does the place keep burning?
Boy, I like how you saying these things because these things, boy, they had an estimate of one was 150, 150,000, the next one was like 300,000. That ain't no little bit of money. But
Nope.
I know how you go. You like move people out their place, move them off the island, move them off. You like move people up and down, round and about. So we can see how the government play this, and let's see how Sabas can work this one. That's what I waiting to see because I know Travis from the F&M. He ain't got no money. He just looking to see what going on. So
Oh man.
hey,
Boy.
it is what it is. I know he ain't got no not to help them. But anyway, let's take a commercial break and let's be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Okay, and we are back. Boy, George, this a serious topic we ain't gonna talk about right now. I know if you was watching, but there was a barge that was stuck on one of our coral reefs in Abaco.
Mm.
And it was there for a little while. So I guess the residents of Abaco say, hey, well, y'all ain't been there a long time. Y'all ain't paying no rent. Y'all sitting up in here. So we gotta get we gotta get our money's worth out of this. So the residents of Abaco went ahead and started. First, they just was inspecting to see what was going on, and now they went on the boat, see one or two things, and say, "Oh, well, they ain't using this. They decide they think, you could say in law abandonment. If you abandon me, I got to do what I got to do to survive." So they abandoned the ship, and
Mm.
they get on board, Judge. They take everything from the rooter, from the hooter to the rooter. They take everything that could have fit, what could have jumped. They just move everything that could. It's remarkable what could fit on these little boats. I frequent Abaco. I know Abaco. And the last time we been, me and Tata say, and she always like say, boy, I like how they is. Just go travel on their boat from they live on Green
Yeah,
Bay
yeah.
Key,
Different
and
key.
they just come over on their boat and they do whatever they gotta do. It's like a car to them. She was always fascinated with that. But now I'm fascinated with how they could fit 3 and 4 washer and dryer, Christmas tree, a car, all kind of things they could fit on these boats. Whatever they take off of the big boat, they put on the little boat. And in like this barge was one 10-foot barge, just like 120, 30, 40 feet up, and they
Mm.
climb up there. The ingenuity, George,
Mm.
of how they got these. And like I say, washer and dryer now. These big things, these ain't no little things. Christmas come early. They go on and take everything off what they could find off.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying I agree with these people for moving the people things. My biggest problem, and I'm not saying I don't agree with stealing, us at Superior Talk, what's going on, do not, I repeat, we do not subscribe to people stealing.
Mm.
But my biggest problem is how you recording yourself thieving. How you gang go pull out your phone and say, "Oh, let's go thief," and I gang go record it. Everybody who got the boat, they had one truck was bogged right down. He could have barely moved off of the beach. We had so much things. It's like
Mm.
how you thieving and recording your thieving. That's one of my biggest problems. Not the only problem, but my biggest problem. Now they out there saying now they can prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
Mm.
I, George, lock him up, George. For
Yeah.
the mere
It's,
fact you giving the police the evidence that they need to lock you up, you deserve
yeah.
to be locked up. I
Yeah.
got sorry for you. I want to hear it. You ain't been this thieving in the first place, but most important, if you can thief, you can't record it. For God's sake. What say ye, George?
My people, my people. Yeah, that's those moments you hang your head down in shame because
Oh, I cry shame. I
I
cry
mean
shame, Judge.
we come from a history of piracy, but like you say, you're gonna steal. The sad thing is, like you said, they're recording it. Do they even realize that they're stealing? That there's someone on like
I
this?
wonder. I
They
wonder.
really
They just
that
think,
probably
well,
will be the defense, or someone tell
yeah,
a man. Sound like someone almost say, "Man, the boat there, yeah, your name moving. We need to empty this boat. You go take what you could."
I, I heard they were saying, oh, they want them to take the stuff off to lighten the boat so it
Yeah,
could so it could move off the coral reef. So I didn't hear
yeah,
so much different stories.
yeah. That's a good defense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. You use the lawyer. You tell me, could I use this as a defense?
Again, who hire you to you gotta say who send you out there, who had the authority to send you out there to do this, to move it? The owners tell you go and take the stuff off, like you said, you can't just, even if someone abandoned the stuff like garbage, you have a right to steal my garbage.
I don't. If you put it out to the curb there, pick
Yeah, no, no,
up
no.
and leave. See, once you leave, what y'all say in divorce, in abandonment, I got a case. You can't
uh,
abandon me.
Abandonment, that seems like an accident. That seems like a that's like, someone fall down, an old person, you see them, they fall, and instead of go render assistance, you go out there and you mug them. Like, it just seems like a mug. So, So I don't know. It doesn't seem like the neighborly thing to do. It doesn't seem like the Bahamian thing to do, which is go out there and now, granted, like I said, I don't know who owned the vessel, but they should have had some sort of perhaps they had valuables and stuff out there too. She should have put some security on it because those things will always be prone to theft. Um, Probably not in that manner, but that was always a danger if they just, like you said, literally go there, leave all those things on there and hope to come back and meet it.
Oh no.
That's a big ask.
Oh, I know what you're gonna meet, but you ain't gonna
So
meet nothing. You might meet the containers, but you ain't gonna meet nothing in the containers.
yeah, so like you said, say for the fact they record themselves, probably put it all over the internet. What do you say? Scooby Doo, they might have gotten away with it if it
Yeah.
wasn't for their own stupidity.
Yep.
But we don't condone it. He said that's not the way to act, my people. In the future, see the boat, leave it alone. Let whoever is responsible, authorities, the marine branch or whatever, go there, assess the situation, because it belongs to someone. You know, it belongs to someone. And like I said, the optics of it is bad. Like it just looks like modern day piracy, or some other people to our neighbors to the east, to the west, sorry, who every time there's a riot or there's a march or something, they decide we're going to take some stuff. So
I
it's not a good look.
no, I agree with you 100%, but I don't know what we can do. We got to do something about it. Apparently, the boat has been unhinged, unlodged from the coral reef.
Oh,
So
there
it's
you go. So the stealing did help. Okay, okay.
I I don't know. Maybe high tide help. I don't know what helps. But at this time, the boat is off the coral reef.
Mm.
They had some environmental assessments done, and apparently there will be some charges
Prosecutions for the boat.
against the boat. And I think this is one of the reasons why they left. They hold on. We know we mess up. We getting out of here. Everybody was off the boat, so therefore they are gonna put the environmental health people on them, and we might come out with a pretty penny with this after everything is done. So
Or a boat.
I want that boat. They know they don't want that boat. But let's switch topics. I notice I hear you talk nothing much but the NBA. And the hurtful part, but is we got so much going on in the NBA right now. And you don't want to talk with the NBA. We got
Like what?
more Bahamians in the NBA right now that we got on Rumkey. I don't know what you so upset about with the NBA, and especially the Bimini boy, VJ Edgecombe, tearing it up right now, playing
Hmm.
great ball. Me and you briefly spoke about this, and you're saying like, boy, I was looking at. I think we need him beat no more. You gotta let this boy loose. Let him and Moxie do what they gotta do. Let run, 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 run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think Embiid hurt us, and he had one big game the other night. So he said, "Hey, hold on, this is still my show. Y'all don't freak out." So what you think about this? What you think about the NBA and VJ Edgecombe?
BJ is doing well, man. Bimini boy, making us proud. What was he? Number three pick.
Yeah,
So he's playing. He's gonna be in that conversation. Perhaps if he keeps it up for rookie of the year, particularly if Philly comes out with there's a good chance for Philly to come out on top of the East, or to be right up there with
yep,
a winning record in the East. So Eagles off. So he's only going to get better. He had that breakout game set record in his first NBA game. I think he ties on Will Chamberlain record. So uh, those things are not usually just flukes. They don't the fact that it didn't happen in so much years
right.
make people think just hey, let's keep an eye on it. This guy has the potential to be a real talent, and I think he will. But um, he may have inspired even. You see how DeAndre Ayton is playing. Like the
Yep,
Ayton is playing like he has a new lease on life down with the Lakers. That's the Bahamian adopted team. So LeBron is getting ready to come back. The Lakers should be interesting. I don't know where the Spurs season. I'm sorry, the Warriors season is going because we have Buddy out and thing on, but they seem to be having some internal conflicts on that team. So I don't know. Jimmy Butler, it's Jimmy Butler cancer to the team because he came on. They played good the end of last year, but it just seemed like the chemistry a little off so far this year. Steph is Steph, but um, the way they're going, it just it doesn't seem. I heard some bickering in the locker room, so uh, I don't know. I think
I
the
just
end.
feel they age is catching up with them, and
Yep.
that's all of them. And you don't have anyone to now substitute or take over the reins. And losing it, losing don't taste good, you know. Especially when you've been winning, it don't taste good.
Hmm.
And for them now to basically they got to blow up the team. Jimmy did a good job, but Jimmy is all only good short term.
Hmm.
He as you can see, he done bounced about the NBA
He getting
for
old now too, like you
yeah.
say.
So I don't know how much more you're gonna get out of him because Golden State is Golden State. Kevin Durant couldn't make it there because of their system. They believe in their system. They are not moving from their system, and they just can get rid of you. You just reach, ain't nothing happening. So um, the NBA, like right now with the NBA, just looking forward to the All Star game. They say they're going along with this All Star game, international players versus the U.S. I gotta finish finding out about how the setup is, but if we could put, and I didn't like what I was hearing. They're saying they're trying to make it an 8-man roster, and I was like, hold on, international team, we got so much players international. I need them to gang up on them. I need them. I need at least a 12-man roster that they could go deep, way deep, and
Sound
then
like
from
you
there.
picking for the international team, man. You
I international. I'm sorry. What you want me to do? I going with my home team. I want to see Edgecombe. I want to see Aiton. I want to see Buddy. I want to see all my people them.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only way they can get to play. So yes, I want to see them play, and I want to see them win. So that's what I going with. Too bad who don't like it.
Well, it'll be hard to get on the team, plenty,
I
as we
know.
just discussed. There's plenty good international
Oh yeah.
players, and so, boy, that's gonna be that's
Mhm.
gonna be like the All Star game, like how All Star voting. Because if you only have so much players, that could get filled up pretty quickly.
Yeah, because if you're with the centers, Aiton ain't gonna make it because you got too much good centers alone.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, with the guards, you got Shea, you got Luca. That gonna be another rough one to get into for Buddy and VJ. So
yeah,
I know, but I they still got a chance to play. So that's why I want them to extend that to a 12-man roster to make sure
yeah.
they might could slip in there. So let's hope for the best and see what happens. But that's how I look at the NBA. Let's hope everybody. I going to say something no. Let's hope the NBA gets its game back and people are happy to see it. So let's take a quick commercial break and let's be right back.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number one talk show
in the world.
in the world.
In the world, Craig.
Oh boy, George. Okay. The moment we
What
won't
happened
be
now?
waiting on. Politics time, George. Politics time. And I won't go into this and I little scared and I please F&Ms, y'all don't come for me. Y'all but there's a story that during a rally in the alley, as you know, they're having getting ready for Golden Isles by election, and during their rally in the alley, the leader of the FNM, Mr. the Honorable Michael Pintard, told us gave us some interesting information. The information was that on a Bahamas air flight that was going south, that's all he said, it was going south. I don't know how far south. I don't know where he was that makes it south or where south is located, but he said it was going down south on the Bahamas air, and it had a bag of passports. And how they know it was a bag of passport? Apparently, the bag fall open and the passports came out, and they had all kind of passports in there. Mr. Pintard basically said, "Hey, some funny business going on. Why we need? He would like to know why we need a bunch. Why is there a bunch of passport in this bag going down south? What's going on there? What's that all about?" Now, my problem in all of this is you got to be able to back this up. You can't just willy nilly just they selling passports. They getting rid of passports. I don't know what the reasoning for the passports, but what's your proof, Mr. Pintard? You can't just say these things to revel up the people to get the people going, and there's no proof of this, and there's nothing to solidify what you are saying. Now, he's saying he got proof. And later on, he is going to bring the proof. So I want you all to beware. Stay tuned. He coming to bring the proof. But I'm like, if you got the proof,
Yeah. What was all the grandstanding for? Bring,
yeah, what is it all about? Right now, you got a by-election going on. To me, if I can start off with this, I can start calling what they say on share. I got names, addresses, I got everything right now. If you could do this, the PLP, you know how hard it'll be for the PLP to win this by election. And if the PLP lose this by election, now you gotta run and start going into the general election saying, see what these people are all about. There's a bunch of crooks. They selling our country. They selling our land. They selling our passports. Everything they doing, there's a bunch of crooks. Let's get rid of them. And the by-election you can win. And if you can keep that momentum going, then hey, guess what? Maybe the general election you can win. But you can't just come willy-nilly say these things and say, okay, to be continued, I coming right back.
Right.
What say you about this, George?
Yeah, I agree. But you know, a lot of old people in those family islands, maybe this passport office trying to help, deliver things to people down in Mayagona and Nagua and, you know,
I
about
agree.
a bag. See, I don't do well with people. I don't like people talking and do much codes and parables. I listen to Jesus parables in the Bible. That's it, right? But I don't have time to figure out what you're saying. So you want to get my attention. Don't just, like you say, don't go up there saying things loud and you're saying it with your chest. You have your evidence, you have your video, you got some witnesses who talk with the scheme. Bring it out. What you going? Because again, you sipping, you got evidence. You're gonna bring it. Well, first off, why put people on notice? You got your evidence. Come with everything one time. Don't give us no piecemeal, because say people, that BLB like to threaten you to sue you for defamation and stuff. So don't come with that without. And a lot of times, even when you have people, you go there say that you give people time to get to those people, throw them out. Remember, they got some ass now, so
Oh yeah.
so
Moving along.
so money ain't a problem.
Oh,
So you don't just come throwing those things, saying, John come and say everything. John, time you talk to John again, John have amnesia.
I know, Joe. I wasn't even on that plane. I know what y'all talking about.
So 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 don't be doing that. I don't know what that tactic is all about, but like I said, it was all over the place. So 'cause you only got to throw things out there, but you you end up with egg on your face or become less credible when you if you can't come up to proof when you put these things out there. So
Is
he,
is this a sign of desperation?
well, probably. I probably. I don't think the FNM has even named all the candidates yet. Again, we said this weeks ago, and I just think we're still in the same problem. So it may be some of that, but hey, who know? Yeah, you have to do something because right now, I think for Pinta, this we laugh at Minutes talking, but when Ingram says he's one and done, but you even won't get your one. Like the ratings going now, you miss this chance.
Oh yeah, they,
You be more prime minister in your future.
he
So
can be like Tommy.
yeah. We having them don't give nobody no second chance. If you only name Hubert Ingram, that ain't happening. so so this time for desperation. They need to get organized better. They need to show. I need to find out where their money coming from. We know how the other side looking. We are big doggers. You need to neutral up some of these things now.
Boy, I just scared for them when you get to the point that you could start just throwing out this type of propaganda out there just to get attention, just to you really putting yourself in a situation that you can't come back from.
Yeah.
And when I ain't talking about the behemoth people, I'm talking about your party. When your party start looking at you like, you was that a good move what you just made? What I don't understand your tactics, and I gotta look at this very carefully as we go into this general election. If
You
you
remember you remember Ingram always had Brent Simonet. You know when you put Brent could go up with anybody. Brent buying books stand up with anyone in the Bahamas. So but I haven't seen Pentad look like he got those type of people on his team. I see a bunch of jokers, a bunch of poor people, poverty. Better call Brent or something to start doing some cameos with you or something. Because people need to know where the money, who buying gold, who backing this, who buying us cold drinks for election, and yeah,
you,
hey, looking.
you think we haven't evolved as yet, George?
No. you you know we haven't. The grassroots been grassroots from we was born. They ain't going no place.
My God, grassroots got to be at least grass now. They can't still be the roots. My goodness,
It's the roots.
they
So
got to be at least grass now, man, George. Come on,
boy,
man.
oh boy. No boy, that's an election. They bank on that. Them politicians, that's the most loyal base. And the whole thing, they consistent. Love bad treatment.
So the politicians them don't have to change anything. All they have to do is make sure you have your big money man or money men,
Yep.
and you go from there.
Money.
But Penta don't have or hasn't exposed who his big money man is. PLP got all the cards on the table.
Yep.
They make sure they ratify him quick. They let them know the man with the money is here. All the time, every time. We
Mm-hmm.
straight. Boy, I'd like to be a constituent in Fort Charlotte right now. Oh Lord. I need one of them free fridge. Tava
Mm-hmm.
telling me she ready to get rid of this fridge. I need a double door stainless steel. That's what
Yeah,
I
man.
need. I need one 36 cubic feet. That's what I
You need,
need right now.
you
With
need to form a Friends of Foxhill Association, a Port Charlotte Association, sir.
I need that. I need that with the ice maker and everything, with the filter for the water, nice and smooth, drinkable water. Oh yeah, that's what I need right now. Mother sick. I just hear George. I just hear myself. I sound like one of them grassroots.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, boy. That's
oh no, man.
if you say
Seriously,
that's Bahamian culture, boy. That's Bahamian culture.
that's what I sell my vote for. A fridge. Oh my good. I
Oh,
could
you name a good fridge. You ain't just say no ordinary fridge. Now you want a fridge with all these accessories.
George, ain't nothing wrong with my fridge. What I just because I want one fridge that I don't
I got look.
have to have a fridge.
Guess what? I, we always say, well, you fool. Every year you go, 5 years you go to the poll and you give me your vote for free. Then you hear these stories after, but who get? Well, why? Cheap date. Like, why you gotta be? What Bernie Mark say? After you pay me.
Yep.
So that's where I think a lot of Bahamians getting at right now. It's like all these people are who keep getting money, and why I giving my vote? I have the same vote like everybody else, but why my vote free and someone else vote cost? I'm getting paid for it.
My problem is y'all won't walk around like y'all need these things. Y'all can on, and I had to catch myself just now because I had to take the fridge now. That's one nice whirlpool. Oh yeah, I had to take it now. But they don't ever come to me.
Nope.
They never even offer me. My God, at least offer me. Let me say no. How you get off the having the nerve not even to ask me if I want? Let me say
So
no.
you working class, they see you got fridge.
Uh uh uh
They
uh.
ain't really gonna buy you out with fridge. You just you living good.
Okay then. Let's see what you could buy me out with then. Like you come on, at least offer. My God, man. Offer me at least. What I look
Boy,
like.
you got to be able to beg in the Bahamas.
I know if anyone beg now. But
That's my problem too.
I
But
listen to an offer. But I ain't a beg. I listen to an offer though.
boy, so grassroots don't have no shame.
Anyway, let's take a commercial break and we can be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Island Ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live this Thursday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Follow us. It's about to get lit.
And we're back. And we're back with today's question. George, the PM say, hey, by-election, Golden House, 24th of November. It's a go. The parties are ready. We have independent candidate Karen Butler, PLP candidate Darren Pickstock, Brian Brown of the FNM, and Brian Roll of the Coalition of Independent Party. George, we then had the what they call it, the people who vote.
Nomination.
Huh?
Nomination day.
No. They done had voting yesterday. They had voting.
Oh,
Yeah,
advance poll.
advance poll. Exactly. And oh my God, George, I was a little ashamed, man. They had all kind of rowing and fighting and carrying on, and it started off with COI leader Lincoln Bean, but I expected he messy. He bring the spice to the thing.
He drops it.
Yeah. So he said that he was going in to go look, and the rules is 3 people could be in there to observe. The police stop him, tell him he can't come in and tell the other person come out. So he had to call the parliamentary general. They explained the rules, so he gone in, he do what he had to do. But at the end of the night, all hell break loose. Because now they then count up the votes and they tell them, hey, we can this to the commissioner of police office where they're supposed to be. They say, no, sir, they ain't supposed to be like that. Supposed to go someplace else. They had their agreement, and apparently the parliamentary register changed the agreement. They put the votes, the ballots inside the van. They say they let them watch them put the ballots in the van, close up the van, make sure no one touch it, nobody see nothing. But apparently, to the FNM and the COI, this wasn't enough. because then they gonna block the road. Nope, we going in this van with these ballots because we don't trust y'all. Y'all think y'all slick. So they say, no, 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 you can't do it. You can ride behind us, like how it's usually done. But apparently, they say that ain't what they agreed to. So, in order to get the ball rolling, they had to go ahead and ride inside the bus. Now, they sit on the bus, they ride on the bus, they stand up in front of the roadblock. Ain't nobody moving until we get inside this van. And I never seen nothing like this before. I never know it was like this. And surprisingly, the PLP ain't had nothing to do with it. I would think they kind of thing. But now the FNM and the COI together doing all the mess.
Hmm.
And I looking at them like, hold on now. I can't tell the difference between the COI and the FNM right now because all y'all look like y'all. When the PLP is your guiding light, you know there's some issues. Something ain't right. But the COI and the FNM together, they blocking up the road. They say the road shut down until we get near all these things. And I don't know if this desperation again, George. We talked about this earlier, but this just a by-election. If this
Hmm.
the by-election and this how y'all can on with the by-election,
Boy.
what the general election can be? We can have to shut down this place. Because if every constituency can on like this,
Hmm.
oh man, George, this can be a situation. But
Uh,
is it that bad that the COI and the FNM have to do this in order to win? What say you?
well, the good thing is Lincoln can't be at all these polling stations at once. he, he's in like the one who's rile up everyone else. So you have to pick a couple of them where you got bounce by, got bounce to, but he can't be at all. So that's a good thing. Um, it is. I don't know. You probably right because it seems now like there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of sensationalism, acting over, reaching on behalf of the opposition or the other parties at the moment. People becoming kind of a little steady Eddie. We ain't really kind of unbothered, right? But I guess to beat this the PLP because we been saying that it looked like it's going to be a formidable, a tough task. They haven't messed up as much as probably they used to. We had no natural disasters. We had no, so it's been a very. I mean, granted, I can't point. I shouldn't say I can't point to none. No big major things. Grand Bomber is going to be probably in the same kind of situation, but celebration key or whatever they're going to tout that. That's the only thing there right now. But I think the FNM and COI are still looking coming down the crunch time for the bottom to fall out for something that they can really they want to be out there, let people see them, just see that they're seemingly doing something or that they are trying to make a case of why they should be the government. Unfortunately, and particularly for the COI, we ain't see no government there. The FNM doesn't look. You don't have no government there either, and I think it's really going to hurt the FNM the fact that they still haven't, like I said, ratified, put together all legislative offices because um, the PLP won so much seats last time, other than the people who die or step aside, who say they're not running. You kind of know who the legislative candidates are, so it
Yep.
wasn't right. Most likely, the incumbents usually run again unless they decide we're going to step down or something. But so we kind of pretty much know who running where for the PLP. But the FNM still don't have even a grandmama to say who all your candidates are, and you don't have much time to campaign at this stage. Election could easily be in the next few months, or um, um, by you know, the prime minister can call that pretty much anytime he wants, prorogue the house, and
Yep.
so this is, I guess, the little antics keep keep the news keep the
It,
news
it
going.
gives us something to talk about.
Might look good on social media. You got some things, go viral, some little sound bites, but I think at some point with linking those, it's good to be, I think, aggressive or more militant or aggressive early on the campaign. But now I think they need to try to find a softer side to say because people still want steady hands. You can't just make yourself look like a troublemaker, like a loud. Um, yeah, maybe you should be on the opposition because we like your loud people to hold the government to the fire and whatever, right? But but you need to start displaying that you also have the temperament to be the prime minister, to be you see Brave out there jumping up and getting excited, but nothing you see Brave, he dancing, he cocktailing, he talking slow, trying to cover up something. So what so I don't know who advising them, but right now I sitting back from where I'm sitting watching the show is like y'all this ain't really looking good, yeah, and particularly even if you have some of your backbenchers or your workers doing some of this dirty grunt work for you, the leaders don't need to be carrying on like thugs and the the way they going, you can't get caught up in all of that as the leader right now. You need to be now diplomatic and show that hey, my fellow Bahamians,
But
you
you think the COI supporters even look that far? Because if let, let's throw it out there. COI win election. Their leader got to, well, our leader will be there. Lincoln Bean got to go to the United Nations. Someone bump into him. Oh boy, you don't know who I is. I is this, I is that, and all of this, and you warn me, boy. I oughta. A lot of guys that even ain't waited. What you running on with? Some things it just
yeah,
you need the decorum now. You need to learn to smooth out a lot of those rough edges.
yep.
But let me not say that because y'all might like that. Y'all might like that. Y'all might like, oh boy, we don't take no foolishness no more, boy. We keep it real. Our prime ministers keep it real, boy. That's how we working. That's what we into. So I don't know what y'all into, but our prime minister is the real deal. Now, for me, I can be a little shame. I can tell you the truth. Prime
I
minister
listen,
fight.
I
I
listen to I listen to some sound bites. I think the best we had in terms of that was Finland, right? Like I have to say, because you listen to some of them old things happen when he dealing with the U.S. and what kind of remind me of how Mia Motley carrying on now, right? You know, Mia Motley, the Prime Minister of Barbados. I think he
yeah
won all the last election because they love her down there. She she's no nonsense and she's check people when they're running on, especially on the international stage and whatnot. So you could be firm and hard
yeah.
and still
But you
be,
see how she's check them, do?
yeah, yeah. And she still always come across as presidential,
Yeah,
very, steady. She,
Lincoln ain't coming
yeah,
across.
yeah, she beating you intellectually. They
Yeah,
intellectually will make you, well, boy, she just take off all your clothes. I remember when this lady asked about corruption, she like, you really want me to answer that? Yeah. And when black people tell you those questions, ask you them rhetorical,
boy.
you really can't go for that bait because yeah,
Because ain't nothing good coming after that. I might as well let you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
That's like someone saying, boy, I respect you, but where you
yeah,
at, but some disrespect coming.
yeah. So, so I think yeah, they can learn a lot. I think me, sitting on the side, I'm like, I'm watching this lady and how she grades demands the present. She talks and she's well researched, well read. You can see she's fighting for her country all the time, right? And ain't breaking nothing. She ain't really, but Lincoln needs to find that softer side. He said he had all these educational stuff, but you got to put this thug life
Yeah.
police force. He got too much day. You wrestling with too much demons. He got too much things going on.
Yeah.
And he don't know how to bury this bad boy persona. Like you say, let's take it to the street. Let's go outside. Right? You can it's no go outside time right now. You might have some boys outside, but yeah, Prime Minister, you gotta keep in character. You gotta keep informed because you lead the country. You're putting it out there, and we don't need to see all of that. So I think that's gonna come back to hurt them. But I don't know.
I
Uh,
don't know how you get mixed up with the COI. You
yeah,
cannot allow yourself to be infused with them. There has to
yeah,
be separation. You are the official opposition party of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. You
yeah.
can, you hear Her Majesty's official opposition. Well, His
Mhm.
Majesty, sorry. You can't be running with the thugs them in the street no more, man. Come on.
No, no. Like you know, I'm not gonna lose. You don't
No.
know, see.
He
Yeah,
trying to grow whatever he got. You already established. You need now to make sure your party right now, you should have all your candidates already out there hitting the streets and hitting the streets hard. What they say, boots on the ground. They
yeah.
need to be on the ground and they're to be on the ground hard, trying to do whatever they got to do because when a lot of the F&M wins, they just waiting for the PLP to mess up. The PLP did a lot of their messing up in the beginning. They had the little rape scandal and all these other little things, and
Mhm.
everything died down. They start off good with doing some little things, opening up the place, all of this. After that, they really do nothing, but they really do something. So they in that middle ground that they never been in. All they got to do is just stay there, and they can be all right. The FNM might win some more seats, but it ain't gonna be enough to win government. So
No.
I don't know what they can do, but they got to turn it up. And turning it up don't mean turning it up like how they turn it up in the streets. You need to turn it up politically, turn that up so people could do. But before we go, I need your prediction. Golden Isles, Karen Butler, Darren Pistock,
Aaron
Brian
Big stuff.
Brown, Brian Roll. Who you got?
Darren Pick stuff.
You got the PLP.
Yeah, I mean, I actually I think I met Darren before. I don't know. I chatted with Darren. Darren is I think PLP keeps saying he's a nice, guy, and that was my initial take. I mean, I don't know him like I know you, right? But the brief interaction that I had with him, probably about an hour or so, he seemed to be, well, I thought generally a nice person. It seems like he seems competent in the profession as an attorney, steady hands, and he seems to be that next future of in the Senate. He's in the Senate, so he seems to be that next wave of you know politicians for the PLP, something that they can grow off. And so I don't know the other gentleman. Well, we know he's not nominated for the COI. We know I don't know who Gern Butler is unless Myla Butler's daughter. Or something. She ain't come from that tree. I don't know who she is, but that ain't going far. And what was the F&M? Which Brian is the F&M guy?
Brian Brown.
Because they got two Brians. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think Lincoln was calling the wrong Brian one day. Like, he's an old man. Oh,
My prediction is the PLP, but my preference is the Brian Brown because he actually worked the community. He ran last election, he lost.
yeah.
He stayed there. He worked with the people. He is involved, infused with the people, and
Mm,
look like he ain't going nowhere.
mm.
Darren Pickstock, he come looking for something. He was in the Senate. He finally get one free seat.
Yeah, he needed a
Go in
seat
there.
to run. He needed to run it. But what? Because everyone say him like they just working for the people until they get in the off. That's all these losers who beaten the hall, who lose, and they stay there, they work, they mind that seat good. Until they get elected. You give them a minister post or something, and boom, you bushcrack, you can't see them, right?
Well,
So
until
I'm not so
until they
impressed with it. yeah, I'm not just impressed by anyone in opposition who worked the seat, who worked the community, because that's in to be that's the springboard for getting the nomination and get so they have to work the seat in order to get chosen most time, unless your daddy was the Star council or right, the lead,
Well,
right?
he was chosen last time he lost, and he stayed in the community, and he's trying to get again. So
Yeah, 'cause he
I
trying to
can,
get again.
I can respect that over Darren Pickstock, who just come looking for something. If
Yeah,
this was a seat in Marco City, Darren Pickstock would have come there looking for a seat.
yeah, but if Darren Pickstock again, and the people should decide, sit down, put them up, right? Uh, because again, these seats to me more than these constituency more than who come to your funeral and your cookout and it's been a little basic things. The people, yeah, he worked the community. What that mean? He worked the lemonade stand.
Grassroots, George, that's what they want.
Huh? Yeah.
Grassroots,
So
that's what they want.
you need to know to see who again, whoever wins eventually, their job ain't to work no constituency. When unfortunately, these constituency rarely see them. Yeah, you should advocate for your constituency, but on a national level, your job is now to make frame laws to advocate. Like you say, if you're high enough and the pecking order, you're competent enough, or look like a superstar, you might be gracious. You might get a ministry, and what I find like the history of a lot of ministers, they like to hide behind that. Well,
Mhm.
for like Fred Mitchell, them, I got in foreign affairs, I got to be flying off, I got to be going here, so I can't really work the constituency like that. I'm busy. They play the busy card. And then they lose their seat because, like you said, Bahamians used to seeing you in the constituency.
Yeah.
They still want to see you there. So whatever you're doing, you need to keep your office open. You need to come sign something. You need to give my daughter a job. Give my son. Give them turkey and arms around Christmas. Uh, So yeah,
But
so I think yeah, I think hopefully it will be a close election. Hopefully you could make something from this election and see where the country might be headed. But I think it's still a two horse race at the
yeah,
end of the day.
I feel this by election is going to be close. Um, but we done make our predictions. You going with Darren Pickstock? I can throw caution to the wind. I going with Brian Brown. I like to see people who's willing to stick with it. I don't like these fly by night fellas who just come looking for something.
Mm.
And next week Monday is the by election, and by this time next week Monday we should know who the winner is, and we'll be able to go over this next week and see where the FNM or PLP or COI or whoever wins, we'll go from there. But let's go ahead and end our show. Let's find out who our bongie today is.
You know, that right there. No, look, yeah. This, I wonder, Michael, can you hear me? Because this is
Yes, I can hear you.
Were people in the bus?
Shanique, nobody knows. Didn't you know that?
Because the window's black.
Look here,
What's going on in road? Listen to me, y'all. See, we've been talking.
George, you see that?
What are they doing?
Two jitney buses, public buses. I don't know what in God's green earth they was doing. This Nassau, George.
Hmm.
They got two sides of the road blocked up. This look like Dukes of Hazzards right now. This look like the Duke boys against Roscoe P. Coltrane, and they doing all kind of fool in the road. Now, two public bus. I don't know if people in it or not. I hope ain't nobody was in them bus because my God, come on, man. We got to do better than this, man. And you talking, but I see why you say the grassroots can be the grassroots. They ain't going nowhere. They need they drinks and they food, and you need to
Yeah.
party them, and you win. But this is totally ridiculous, man. The road traffic need to find out who these fellas is, suspend their license, take their bus away, and that they never need to be on the road again. This is utter nonsense. I never seen nothing like this. I hear about craziness going on in Nassau, but to actually sit down and watch and witness that just now, that's crazy. That's crazy. I
Mhm.
know to say. What you can say about that, George?
Yeah. Again, powers that be, we don't like to make tough decisions. We don't like to pull, you try to pull a license plate or suspend them or something. Someone make a call, so
Yeah,
and so, right? Just to tell him leave that alone. That's a especially election coming up. No, his daddy is PL. Right?
yeah,
So that's the problem. I think we have a lot of times where because some things like that supposed to be easy fixes. You got the license plate, you got the bus number. People have to understand that these things are not an entitlement. They're privilege. You get a license plate, you're an ambassador, you public safety, and if you do those type of things with the public in particular, your license gone.
yep,
You gotta find another way to make a living because we can't have this type of irresponsibility going on the streets, and you have to make example of the people. So the next one person who think about it, boy, nah, I know what happened to Ricky them.
hmm exactly.
And so we need to start doing that, man. Those like you said, we need to evolve. The Bahamas is getting mature jurisdiction, and these things spring into cause other bad behavior that we're trying to stamp out.
Yep,
So
yep,
these things, you can't let little things like these slide. It could have gone terribly wrong,
yep.
and yeah, that's start to be tough and crack down and do what needs to be done.
Well, whoever those two jitney drivers are, public bus drivers, y'all are bungies of the day. I'm sorry. I got a double dose for a bungiism today, and those two are it. So I would like to thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe, like the show. We appreciate it. Please go ahead and watch our shows. On Monday we have Sword Sharpeners. Tuesday we have Let's Talk, and we have what's going on. We also have on Wednesday Off the Bench, our sports podcast, and on Thursday we have Island Dish. Join us 6 p.m. all of those days and enjoy our show. Subscribe and like. George, thank you for joining me today as we tell the world what's going
What's
on.
going on?